Well, it's the end of the month. Tomorrow's Tuesday, and Upstarts is drawing to a close. And what a month it's been. I'm still can't get over how incredibly exciting. I would like to say that it's been a month of emotional highs and lows, but the reality is that the lows weren't there. 10 years we've been in this gallery. And for all those years and working towards showcasing Canada's top artists. This show, which was probably, there's nothing like this going on in the country today. The top artists, the upstarts, the people that really, really made the difference. This was their show. And I was fortunate enough to be the person that they allowed to showcase the work. Opening night was incredible. This room was filled with people. 70 pieces sold in the first half hour. I mean, when you look around, it's a sea of red dots. Archambault, Manitoba. Dexter, British Columbia. Kerslake, Ontario. Mortimer, Ontario. More Kerslake. Anne Roberts. Judith Graham. Over here, Ron Roy, one of the top glaze specialists in Canada, who basically came out of retirement to do this show. I mean, it's phenomenal. Mimi Cabri, John Chalk, this is Alberta. Maurice Savoie, probably the most famous artist in all of Quebec. It was just extraordinary. But what was amazing is that the artists not only sent contemporary work, they entrusted me with historical work. Anne Roberts. This piece was first exhibited at the inaugural exhibition of the Canadian Clay and Glass in Waterloo. Here, Maida Markson, first member of the Royal Canadian Academy in 1976, along with Luke Lindau and Ruth Gowdy McKinley. This piece has never been offered for sale before. It won an award, Best in Show, Canadian National Exhibition, 1973. Kaliki Salamanhara, top ceramic artist of Finland, was the juror. She died in 1979. Maida is still with us. This piece, never before for sale, now sold, going into a prominent collection in London. One of the most exciting sales for me was this work. This is a work by Walter Dexter. Walter, one of Canada's top ceramic artists, Royal Canadian Academy. This piece, when I was in his home back in the spring, he said, Jonathon, it's time to let it go. This was from the 70s. It was never offered for sale right up until now. I really thought that it would end up going to the Alberta Foundation of the Arts or the Winnipeg Art Gallery, the ROM. Instead, it was bought by somebody who really hadn't even looked at ceramics before, but fell in love with it, came in with his son, and bought a major piece. I mean, we're not talking, picking up a little $5 tchotchke. No, this was $15,000. This is probably the highest price paid for a contemporary work of ceramics in Canada this year. That is phenomenal. Absolutely, incredibly phenomenal. Then I got to show you something else. Here, Ron Roy. When I was at his studio picking out work in Brighton, Ontario, he was leaning against the doorway. I saw above his head on a shelf this particular vase. I said, hey, Ron, I really like that. And he said, well, it's the last one. He says, this is 1969. And I said, I'd like it in the show. I said, it's a great example for a historical work. And he said, well, what do you think you can get for it? $1,800. Take it with you. And more power to you if you get it. And he just burst out laughing. It's sold in the first 15 minutes. Now, one of the reasons that I talk about price is because when the group of 7 when a Tom Thompson goes for 1.2 million, or when a Ronald goes for $500,000, or Jack Bush goes, it's front page news. This is also front page news. This is really exciting. This is a show of basically the top ceramic artists in Canada, the ones that changed it all, that brought about the abstract, that went from functional to just ideas. These are the people that did it, and my God, it's just been incredible to have the opportunity to present it, and it's been so rewarding to have it succeed in that the people got it. And now, I gotta take it, there's an artist, Dean Mullavey, 83 years old. Dean Mullavey from North Hatley, Quebec, originally American, a friend of Ruth Gowdy McKinley, who was 1976 first recipient of the Royal Canadian Academy, along with Maida Markson. This is his work here. This piece was never offered for sale. It was from an exhibition in 1960. And he said, Jonathon, it's time. It sold it also in the first half hour of the show. But what is really also incredibly exciting, I decided that we got to carry these things on. We got to make these people really have them recognized even more. The London Potters Guild in London, Ontario, has an incredible building. It's awesome. So I said, well, why don't we have workshops? So as an adjunct to the Upstarts exhibition, we're now sponsoring and initiating the Legends Pioneer Workshops. And the first of the Legends to offer a workshop in London, Ontario is Dean Mullavey, October 23rd and 24th, and there are only 30 spots available, and already people are signing up. It's time to bring the, can you imagine going to a painting class and you've got Casson or A.Y. Jackson or Jack Bush showing you what to do? That's who Dean is, but in clay. The man has been teaching since 1952. This is just the beginning of the exciting things that are going to happen and what you're going to see on these newsletters. And the other thing, these newsletters, cutting edge, or so I thought, not only me. I'm really, really pleased to report that we have won the Niche Award for publicity and marketing. And one of the things that they were looking at was the newsletter. The video newsletter, which, as I've been told, and I'm kind of proud of this, cutting edge. And that's what's happening in London, Ontario, Canada, cutting edge. And just watch this station, because now Spur of the Moment Media is helping me create this event for you, this newsletter. It's going to be magic. See you next month. And no one is going to rain on my parade.